Wilderness Innovation. Real survival kits. Survival shelter. Simplifying survival at wildernessinnovation.com.
Hello, it's Perry Peacock with Wilderness Innovation. I want to talk to you today about saws. I did a little review a while back on the Corona folding saw, and there's all kinds of brands of folding saws out there. And I got rummaging through some of my old stuff from some years ago, from back in the 70s, late 60s and early 70s actually, when I was in high school. And I remembered come across an old saw I had, a Sven Saw. That was my popular choice for backpacking. Okay, this is the old, originally it was called the Sven Saw, but this is the Palco version. I got this when I was in high school in the late 60s. So basically that comes out like that, and that blade comes out like that, and a little bolt goes through there. So it goes like that, and then you screw that little wing nut on there, tighten it down, and that's there it is. That weighs about 3/4 of a pound, and it's virtually the same size as this Coughlin's one. And I want to show you kind of an updated version of that same saw. Alright, so here's the saw itself. Let me show you how it goes together here. Just flip that handle back right there. And there's a little nut right here, a little set screw. You just turn that a little bit. That kind of holds this blade in place back inside of there. Then we just flip this blade out like that. We just flipped it around. Take the handle and flip it up. There's a hole in the blade right here that goes onto that screw inside of here. Just like that. And then we just take and tension this thing, and you see the little groove right there that the blade slides into as you tension it down. Like that. Now that's put some nice tension on the saw. And there it is. Very nice and simple. I think that's a 21-inch blade on there. Now you're ready to go to town with it. It just takes very little energy to cut with this thing. This will bust off some of that bark here, but takes very little effort. And I'm not pushing really, just enough to keep the teeth engaged. And I'm almost all the way through it. I don't really feel any, doesn't really feel like I've done anything. It's so easy. So there you go. There's a nice quick cut. Took maybe about not even a minute to cut that. And you know, we're about 3 inches diameter or so. You know, a lot of times you need to cut something to make a decent shelter, or to do some sort of thing that you have to do. Having a saw like that is going to save you a lot of energy. And I'm going to show you that in the shop and kind of demonstrate how much energy it can save as far as when you need to cut something. Okay, if we look at this blade right here, you see the shape of these teeth right here. There's 4 rake teeth right here, and this tooth here, it comes out forward and reverse, so it cuts both directions that you're pulling the blade. And these other teeth here are alternating points on them, and those are designed to clean out the groove that you're cutting. So this blade cuts forward and reverse very effectively. If you look at this right here, it forces the wood to make kind of a curl as it cuts. So it's very effective, takes very little effort to cut with this kind of blade. And to boot, it's very thin. And this one right here, even being reasonably aggressive, about 4 or 5 pounds of force that it took back and forth to saw with this one. So 4 or 5 pounds there. This one here, the Corona. And now this one has blade thickness of 25 thousandths of an inch. This one is about 40 thousandths of an inch. Some of these go up to 1/8 of an inch, which would be 128 thousandths. And so the fatter the blade, the more effort it's going to take to cut with it, because you have to cut out more wood because it's thicker. So this one here runs 6 to 8 pounds of effort to saw with this one. So you see, if you had to do say 100 strokes with this one to cut a piece of wood, and you're pulling it 4 pounds, you could say, well, maybe theoretically you're going to pull 400 pounds, so 400 strokes, or you're going to pull 400 pounds to go through here, where with this one you're going to pull maybe 700 or 800 pounds. So there is an amount of work that it takes to accomplish a task, and this one takes about half as much effort as most of these kind of saws. The teeth on here are pointed straight down like this. As you pull it through the wood, you can really feel when you compare the two saws, you can really feel the effort that you've got to exert. See, for example, if I don't do anything to this stand that this thing's on, as I cut with this thing, it's a lot more jerky. Where this one right here, it's very smooth. And I can get a very nice cut with that with hardly any exertion at all. And look how smooth the cut is. It's not jerking this thing around at all. It's cuts. It's very easy, very smooth. If you're in a survival situation and you don't know, when's my next meal, I'm trying to, you obviously want to conserve energy, and that's where this kind of saw comes in. A lot of times you need to cut something to make a decent shelter, or to do some sort of thing that you have to do. Having a saw like that is going to save you a lot of energy.